Hello everybody, my name is Aceface. Today I'm going to be trying out a Sacrilege fit that is relatively cheap for T3 Firestorm Abyss. It's sort of to be a progression to the next fit, which is I would be like a T4 electric Sacrilege, and it is pretty much the same as this T4 electric Sacrilege I had before, because before I had two Corpum C-type medium armor pairs. Now pretty much the only difference is that I've replaced this with a Tech 2 medium armor pairs, because I think that should be enough tank for the T3 Firestorm. So keyword is should be. Definitely need more testing with both the T4 electric and the T3 Firestorms, but I think the Sacrilege is a very good T3 T4 running ship. I think there are other ships that are Marian based that could be better for the T5 T6 like the Zealot, but either way we'll go with the Sacrilege into the T3 Firestorm. And the T3 Firestorm, I mean T3s in general, they hardly give any ISK, but the point is that this is supposed to be a pretty cheap ship in terms of like running. Then this is also supposed to be like very cheap in terms of filament cost. So these Firestorm filaments at T3, they cost like nothing. You can see here 100k, something like that. So we're going to be doing this, and we're going to first have to replace the ammunition type right here. Alright, so we've got the ammunition right here. I've got 3 boosters active. It's a Synth Exile, Synth Crash, and Hard Shell Dose 1. Extremely cheap boosters. So I think it's a very nice thing to use those boosters when you're using the ship, because you'll get more tank and also better application with that Crash booster. And they cost hardly anything. They'll last 1 hour, so you should be able to do like at least 4 sites, I think, in this. But again, this is a test. This is not like a tried and tested fit right here. We want to try to establish new fits. I want to try to find good Amarian fits for T3 Abyss. And if you guys have any tips, leave them below. I'd very appreciate to have some feedback as well. One thing that I don't like about doing the Sacrilege in higher tier filaments in the Firestorm, like the T4 Plus, is because the lowest resist on the Sacrilege is thermal. Reducing the thermal resistance in the Firestorm is going to make it even more problematic for us. On top of that, the dangerous waves like Concord and Triglavians do a lot of thermal damage, so we'll be wrecked very quickly. That's why we have in fact got a thermal rig right here, reinforcer right here. Still, it's the second lowest resist type we've got right here, so it's really going to be this reactive armor hardener that's going to be the MVP. And we'll remove these, or we have to reload these Inferno rages because we've got some Mjolnir still in the cargo right here. We've got these hammerheads, these thermal based drones, and then hopefully now we'll just go straight through it. Let's see how it goes. I'm just curious really how the tank is going to be against the Triglavians. It shouldn't be too bad, but I'm quite curious how it's going to be. I'm also wondering how it's going to be in the Concord waves as well, because I think that could be some problems there as well. But hopefully we'll be able to react with our armor pair and be able to like take them out before they do significant damage to us. We could use the range as well. Okay, what have we got here? Inferno Rage. Could probably go with Caldari Navy since they're quite far away and there's a lot of small stuff here. We'll take out the small stuff first. I think that'll be a good idea. And we've also not got that sick capacitor boost like we're doing the electrical side, so we're going to have to also be a little bit more wary about the newts as well. So let's see now. We've got Diva Automat Express as a medium range one. Okay. I'm going to put the application script in as well to boost that up a bit. Put the precision one here. There we go. We'll move to the side to get out of range of this annoying automatic suppressor, so we can actually use our drones. Now we've got this Imperial Navy Multifrequency that'll help out a bit. Oh, we've got Tachyon Cloud? It doesn't seem like we're moving that fast though. Strange, maybe it's a glitch or something. We're on the test server, so maybe could be experimenting with these Tachyon Clouds or something like that. I don't know. Yeah, you'll see here, look, we've got thermal resist in the reactive armor hardener. Even then, it's 65%, so not that great. Okay, we've got the Fire Watchers, taking them out because they newt. But it's quite impressive how much capacity you get from these, the Sacrilege. It's got just 1 cat battery, and we've even then got 12 gigajoules to spare. Usually you'd have to have a lot more than that if you would use, say, a Gila. You have to have a large cat battery, bunch of like capacitor control circuits to get a similar amount of capacitor when you're using 2 reppers, or 2 medium reppers at least, like shield boosters. Ugh, these Diva Automatic Suppressors look horrible, but I think we're just at the range now. Might be. No, never mind. Never mind. Okay, Ordnance down. Time to take out this Preserver right here. Webifier him a bit. There we go. What is the time right here? Almost 3 minutes. Got this. Can we do it now, maybe? See if we can go for this uphold over here. Yeah, it seems like it's not taking any damage from the Autosmaster now, finally. Like, I'm used to it. So far, my experience with this ship, every single wave has had a Deviant Automaster suppressor that just slices these Hammerheads' heads off. This just... it's not been a good experience with the unbonus light medium drones. Light drones would be an even bigger problem because they have even less HP. Oh, we're taking a bit of damage now. Oh, that was fast. Look how quick that guy died. Just volleyed right there. Time is 3 minutes. Pretty good, pretty good. Let's go to the next room. We have got this ballistic control system here that costs like 10 million. We could perhaps cheapen this out by putting, say, a Tech 2 one. I prefer to use this one. It gives better application. You see this here? Even though it gives 2% less damage than this one right here, I think it's good to have at least one of these because you get a bit of better explosion velocity bonus. So I think that's nice. Go to the next room. Oh, I forgot to take the cash. It's alright. It would have hardly taken any extra time anyway. Okay, I can put the range script here. Okay, good. This is what I wanted to see, a Vedmak wave. Inferno Rage. We'll go into the blue cloud, that'll be good. Starving Vedmax will be the #1 priority right here. Can we put we'll put this to DPS 2 right here, because it's so annoying how they always group them. So you can't group them until you have actually deployed them in space. We'll have to shoot this guy here actually, because he's getting in range first. There's not much application is going on with this rage on this guy. Oh, we should have reset that reactive arm hardener. I forget that all the time. Okay, we'll want to put some application script in here. Oh, that damn it went down a lot quicker than I would have expected. Actually, that was good. There we go. Take out this Vedmak. Hopefully it will pop this guy before they get some significant damage and ute us a lot, because our capacity is not like as OP as it was in electrical, but we've got the Hammerheads on the case. They do quite a bit more damage than infiltrators, so hopefully it'll go good. Okay, we've got these two Tech 2 medium armor repairs as well. It's less damage than... That was actually decent. That was a decent tank and decent speed of killing these guys too. But these Tech 2s are not going to be as powerful as the Centum C-types I used before. Can maybe use the overheated cycle here, try to get closer to this guy. He's trying to pull range at 15 kilometers just outside my web range. But if we stop overheating now, we should be good. Come on, please don't... yes, okay, good. Yeah, so that was actually pretty smooth, a lot smoother than I thought. And I think it has a lot to do with this thermal armor reinforcer, because that helps a bunch. Plus, we have this crazy explosive resistance, and they do actually do quite a bit of explosive resistance as well. I mean, not as much as thermal, but it still is something. So that's getting completely negated by our explosive resistance. Absolutely crazy. Like, look at that, 88% thermal. Insane how much damage that does, or insane how much damage that is reduced. So it's really all about the thermal here, and that's why I think that this is spooling up to, like, you can see how the reactive arm hardener is giving us more thermal resist, because they do a lot more thermal damage than the explosive damage. So it's just like kind of complementing our low resists. So this is actually pretty good, a lot better than I expected. This was the kind of wave I was worrying about, these kind of Vedmak waves. Kikimoras also can be quite problematic, but I think actually Kikimoras won't be that bad. You know why? Because Kikimoras, they are quite a bit easier to hit than the Damavix, and they also, they'll just die so quickly, I think, so that it won't be that much of an issue. And also, I'm not 100% sure, but I think the Kikimoras, they do more explosive damage than thermal. Let's just double check right here. Because we saw how the Damavik, and I think it's also the same case for the Vedmak, that they do predominantly thermal. Okay, so it is still more thermal here as well. So okay, so now it's still going to be the case of getting the thermal resist is going to be most important right there. But I still think it'll be alright there. Kikimora waves do a lot of DPS when they spool up, a lot. But they are I think they'll be very easy to kill, because we've got pretty decent application going on right here. Pretty decent application indeed. I think it may even be worth to use Rage on them, because I think that's how good application we'll have to them. Because they're not as quick as Damavix, I'm sure. And I think also that they have bigger hitbox as well. It's going to make it easier time. Oh, okay. We've got some Edencom right here. This will be interesting right here. See what happens here. We can just reset this real quick. There we go. Mark pacifier. Have we got Caldari Navy? Yes, okay. Hopefully we don't get popped, but there's no marshals, so that is one thing that's really good about this. We want to lock up these markers over here. They're going to make it a little bit problematic for us when it comes to avoiding damage from that Thunder Child. He does actually... Oh, no! Oh, rip drones right there. You saw that? They just one-shotted our drones. Okay. Marker right there. It went down pretty quickly, but not as quick as I thought it would have been. Because these ships have are pretty slow and also have pretty big hitboxes. Let's see now. Shoot this guy too. Did we get some good application? Yeah, okay. Now we're getting good application. Yeah, that's pretty good. And we'll go for this Stormbringer. But this is like an Edencom wave. It's not like the full Concord wave, so it's like it can be worse than this. It can be definitely a lot worse than this. You can get marshals that do quite a bit of damage and will hit hard actually. Missile, no, I hate it when it does that. When you just switch and then it doesn't actually switch. But actually we're in the 30-kilometer range of our Caldari Navy, so I think it'll be alright. It will be alright. What is this guy's resist profile right here? Yeah, it's good to do thermal right here because they've got low thermal. But we're not able to hit because this is out of range now. I'll put this script in. Good. This is why this computer right here is very nice, and I think that it's better in some ways, or gives us, generally speaking, more utility than a target painter, because we have the option to choose to have the range here, because this is saving us a bit of time right here. See, we're doing into quite a bit of damage. Now we didn't save so much time because it took us a long time to have to, you know, switch to the script. I should have done it earlier, but it still was all right here. Okay, good. Now we'll go with the Inferno Rage. We could perhaps have these drones go for this pacifier if this thing doesn't decide to have all its damage split off onto my drones. It did, but I think that now that they're further away, it should be alright. Okay, start shooting this Thunderchild Disparu Troop. Gonna get some good damage going on right here. Good damage. 31 kilometers here. Decent range. Oh, look at those drones. They're just drone abuse is going on right here. Oh, I feel sorry for them. I mean, there's no real issue with application here that we have to Webify this guy, but it feels nice to Webify him. Good. Okay, we finished this site in like 10 minutes as well. Same like speed as that electrical site I did before. Obviously, it depends a bit with the types of waves as well. We get like some waves that could be better, some waves that could be worse, and then also that we are using then the Firestorm that buffs the armor HP, so naturally it'll be a bit slower than the electrical side because they don't buff any armor HP there. But it is very nice for us because look at that big pool of armor. We've got that right there, 4.2k HP, more buffer than a Gila would have, and the Gilas have pretty good like natural shield buffer. We got 4.2k armor buffer in the Firestorm, so that's quite good right there. Good for withstanding wrecking shots. And I'm starting to think that this ship might have potential in the T4 Firestorm because this went so really well. So I might try this actually in the T4 Firestorm in the future with a bit more bling. We'll see, but I think it definitely will be a good ship if it can. Like my T4 electric fit is 600, just under 700 mil. If you were to do this in the T4 Firestorm, that'd be crazy. The T3 is nice. It's very cheap filament. I'm using a pretty cheap ship right here with the 2 Tech 2 armor repairs. Nothing crazy. It's really just this, and this that costs. And I wouldn't recommend downgrading this to Tech 2. The 14 kilometers can come in really handy, like you saw that Vedmak in the first wave or second wave. It was orbiting at 15 kilometers. I think that's the AI of the Vedmax. By default they orbit at 15 kilometers unless they're starvers, which I think are getting a little bit closer. I think it'll definitely not be a good idea to downgrade this, but perhaps the cat battery if possible. But I still think the cat battery is good because of the fitting space and all those kind of good stuff right there. So T3 Firestorm Sacrilege, it went pretty good. I'm pretty happy with the results right here. I might even try a T4 Firestorm later. Hope you guys enjoyed the video right here. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys later.